Hey everyone, welcome back to the bench and to part 2 of this pendant tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be looking at finishing off, creating the bell, using the rest of the wire wrap and spiral class again, really, and definitely figure of 8 weave class again. So we're going to go over the figure 8 weave again, going to use the same pattern I've used in many videos up till now as well. And like I say, why do I keep repeating it? Well, one, it's my favorite pattern. I like to use it. It's very important to my work. And two, I believe in repetition when I'm teaching as well. So these videos are like if you were coming to sit in my workshop, if you're going to come and sit in front of me, and especially if you come back to me over and over and over again, I would treat it like a course, and I would then spoon feed you repetition to make sure that you get better over time, you know, and the more you repeat things, the better you get. Apologies, sometimes it might be a little bit boring, but sometimes you just have to go through that to come out the other side as well. So again, we'll be going over some techniques that I've gone over and over again, but you might be here for the first time. You might be doing this tutorial for the first time. And so some of this stuff's all going to be brand new to you. So what are we doing today? Right, let's get the overhead camera out and let's have a look to see what we're up to. So here we go. This is what we're up to today. We're going to be doing the bed of roses, finish it. We're all at that stage. We're all there. And now we want to be there by the end of it. So we're going to do a lot of nice weaving, wrapping, going to do a double bell following my usual engineering. So like I say, if you've been following my pendants, you're going to recognize or feel comfortable making this bell as well. But practice makes perfect, everybody. You know, you might go wrong the first few times because obviously there's a lot of tricky weaving that goes on up here. But yeah, we're going to finish with the bed, like the bed of roses, the spiral finish here as well. So let me show you this one as well. This is another variation of it, but obviously in copper. I've been working in sterling on this one. And similar bell, just slightly different weave pattern. That's all it is. Slightly different weave pattern, but all follows exactly the same method. But also, this is a little bit of a sneak peek for you Patreon lot out here. You're about to get this on Patreon soon. This is called the prong wrap. And I'm sorry to say it will be a Patreon only tutorial. But yeah, I'm going to show you how I wrap or fully wrap the outsides. But today, we're doing this. Right then, let's get the tools out and see what we're going to need to complete this. Going to want your chain nose, flat nose. Again, number one tools at your side at all times. Going to need your flush cutters today. Nylon jaw pliers may come in handy when straightening some wire, but the main tool for today is your tweezers. When it comes to weaving, for me, number one tool at my side, more than my chain nose and flat nose. So you're going to want your tweezers out. Marker pen's going to come in handy today, and obviously you're going to need a ruler. And masking tape will come in handy today as well. Going to need a pair of scissors to cut your masking tape with. Now, for the weaving and for the rest of this project, I'm going to change my gauges, wire gauges, and we're going to go over to 0.3 for weaving, which is 30 gauge. Reason being, my favorite wire for weaving. I can't go on about it. I love using the finer wires. I find I get a tighter weave. If you're finding your weaves aren't that tight and a little bit messy, maybe come down in your wire gauge size and you might find them a bit easier to do. So yeah, for the weaving today, I'm going to be using a bit of 0.3, 30 gauge, and I'm going to need a small amount of 18 gauge, which is 1 mil. Just a small amount. In fact, I'm going to dig through the spare wire box for how much I need today. Right then, let's crack on and let's get some weaving done. Well, we're all at this stage now, ready to do the bail. Right, before we move on, if you've got any of your masking tape on there, it's now time to take it off. Once you've got your masking tape off, grab your ruler, and you're going to want to measure either side of the neck 4 mil. So you're looking for like an 8 mil measurement. Grab your flat nose pliers. And then when on those marks, we want to turn the wire up. So there we go. That. And do the same again the other side, making sure you've got an even gap. And you're looking for a gap of about 7 to 8 mil between your wire. There we go, turn out there. Grab your ruler, measure. I'm pretty pleased. It's not bad. It's about a, yeah, that's 7. It's about a 7 mil gap. I'm just going to tighten those up. Once you've done that, run your fingers down them. And this is a good tip as well. Just spray the tops a little bit as well. Just going to adjust that, make sure it's nice and tight, a bit more of an angle. Right, excellent. We're ready to start weaving. That's what you're looking to achieve. Nice tight there. And like I say, you're looking for about I've got a 7 mil gap. You're looking for about a 7 to 8 mil gap between them. Try not to go too wide. Like I say, it's all depending on your stone. So you got to think about the width of your stone as well. So I'm going to stick with that on this one. I'm going to keep it pretty as thin as I possibly can, but we want it wide enough because when we make the bell, we're going to make the bell first time, and then we're going to come back over the top of the bell with some more wire, as you can see on here. So that's like a double bell. Right then. We're going to start weaving now, but we want to know how far to weave. So grab what you're going to make your bell around. So it could be a pen. I'm going to use some bell pliers here. Spare bit of wire. Bend round your bell pliers or pen or whatever you're bending around. Trim it off like you're making a jump ring. Like so. That's all. Then what you need to do is take away enough wire that spans that gap. There, like so. Oh, sorry, back in focus there. So you can see what I've done there. Cool. And then taking pliers, just straighten it out, flatten it out and measure it. And then you know how far you have to weave. There we go. 28 to 30 mil. Around that mark. Get your wire and your marker pen and then mark that up. I'm gonna mark up 29. There we go. And then that's how far we're gonna weave. Before let me get the sketchbook out. And for anybody who's found themselves here for the first time making this and they haven't or don't know what the figure of 8 weave is, let me just quickly do you a sketch. So imagine we're looking down the wires from the top. What we need to do is we want to weave these two together in a figure of 8 pattern. So you're going to wrap round once, you're going to come round a second time and then cross over. Going to go round once, come round a second time and cross over, and that gives you the figure of 8. So round once, come round the second time, cross over, round once, come round the second time and cross over. That's the basic standard figure of 8 weave, and we're about to do it between these two here. So grab your wrapping wire. I'm going to be using some 0.3 on this one. Where's the focus? There we are. Grab your wrapping wire and just start on one side. And just maybe add 3 wraps in just to get it going. And then cross over. Right. Just run my fingers down my wires. So be careful here. I know it's tricky. About to weave quite a wide gap. Always a bit tricky at the start. Get going. This is where you get your tweezers out. Get in there with your tweezers. Use your tweezers to get you wrapped tight up next to each other. Right then. Before I move forward, what's going to happen is as you're starting to weave this, well, where's the focus? There's the focus. These are going to want to pull in like that. So what you need to do is every couple of weaves, just stop and put your finger down there. You're not putting too much pressure. You don't want to bend it down here. You just want to stop them from pulling in. Another way of stopping them from pulling in is by turning the piece like so. So you drag the wire onto the base wires and you still get that nice bit of tension, but you're not pulling as much. As you can see already, it started to come in at the top there. I'm just going to go around once more time, get that tight in. I'm going to stop, run my fingers down the wires, and then do that. So there we go. You can see the figure of 8 coming on there. See the 8 pattern? Round once, round twice, and cross over. Cool. I'm going to cross over to the other side. Turn the piece and drag it on. Okay, turn the piece. You'll start getting quicker. Once you've got it going, as you can see here, as you get those few weaves in, it does become a lot easier to do. You can see down it now. There we go, that's a better focus. The cameraman's getting better. He's alright. I won't sack this one. So, come around the second time. Cross over. What I do as well, stop, fingernail in, tuck down. Take your time. Don't rush it. And it will come out neat. One wrap at a time. My best tip. Stop. Have your tweezers ready as well. Get those in there. But remember, do that every 2 or 3 weaves. Just stop and gently put your finger in. And as I say, the further you get down this mark, closer you get to your mark. This has become a lot easier to do. But yeah, anybody out there who's having trouble doing these through my tutorials, like I say, try learning to turn the piece. Also, bring your wire gauge down. It's 0.3. This fine silver is lovely and soft and really easy to work with. Yes, it might break, but you get used to it. You really do. There we go. There you go, sit down. Now it's becoming a lot easier to do. See that they're turning in a little bit at the top there. So I'm just going to run my fingers down them. A little bit of a kink there. And just get my finger in there. Alright. I think we're ready to go into hyperactive mode and get this finished. There we go. Weaved up to my mark. It's come out all right, actually. Not bad. Came in a little bit at the top there. Just a little bit. But once I bend it around the bell pliers, you're not going to really notice that. You're not going to see that. Just a fraction, like 1/2 mil. Yeah, but otherwise, generally, I'm pretty good. It's a very neat weave. It's come out really well. I'm really pleased with that. And it's a great example. This is why I like using fine silver. It's soft enough that you can get these nice tight weaves. Right then, let's trim our wire off at the end. So I'm just going to wrap round. And I'm going to want to trim my wire to the inside. Oh, there's the focus down there. There we go. To the inside down there. Flush cutting as well. Well, that's not very good. Excellent. I'm going to grab my bell pliers and I'm going to, oh, I've just realised, don't forget to trim that end off as well. I nearly forgot. And again, just trim it on the inside. Might have to get in and move it out of the way. Good tip, use your tweezers to get on the ends and roll them round out of the way. Right. Right, bend your bell, well, your weave, about 45 degrees to the back, the pendant. Grabbing your bell pliers, or whatever you're bending around, place them on. And then bend the bell all the way over so it reaches front. Oh, there we go. I like to say. I'm just going to open my bell pliers up, bring them around, like so, and take these 2 wires underneath and out the other side, underneath the armpits. Would be a word to say. Take your bell pliers out, run your fingers down your wires, and then using your flat nose pliers, don't grip the wire up here. You've got no control over it. Grip it close down here and then bend it over to the front of the pendant, like so. See that? Nice and tight over to the front. Do the same again, the other side. Again, gripping a bit further down like that and then pulling tight and over we go. As you can see. There we go. And then taking your flat nose, just a little bit of a crimp. Do the same the other side. That's the focus, there we are. A little bit of a crimp. And then taking these wires back under the armpits. It's not a great term, is it really? Okay, back under the arms. Let's get the word pits out of the way. Both sides, and then do the same again. We want to crimp them. This is where I find my chain nose comes in handy. Is that they've got that slightly finer point to get in there. There we go. Crimp. There's a little trick here I do. I could squeeze and roll. So you start, tight line. Start at an angle, and then as you crimp, turn the pliers, and it helps turn the wire in as well. Same again the other side. Now even going underneath first. Oh, where's the focus? There we are. And just tidying up, making sure those wraps are tight together, then crimping them. Excellent. Cool. There we go. And then just sit there, make sure your bell's in the right place. And it's central to your stone. Just take that minute or two, just making sure everything's good. Now, first part of the bell made and done, and now we're ready to come back over the top again using these wires. This is why we have the This is why we had these longer at the start. That's why we cut them and added the extra 10 centimeters, because we need them to come back over again and finish the bell off. But we have not got enough wire. And what do I mean? So if we look at the original here, we're about to do this. As you can see here, there you go. It's a weave pattern I have done over and over in the last few tutorials. It's the same one from the sword design and the cuff design. But we're going to do it coming over the top of it. But obviously we haven't got enough wire. Okay, so we need to cut some wire. So I'm going to use a bit of 1mm wire coming down through the middle here. I like to always just make that a little bit thicker. This is where I would normally use a bit of twisted wire as well, but we want to use the 1mm wire because that 1mm wire will make that spiral there. So I've already cut it at 12 centimeters. So the way I measured that out and worked that out, I just measured the length of the pendant, about 5, and I added an extra couple of centimeters as well, because we're going to make that into a spiral coming down the back here. And also, if you look at here again, go back to this again, we got 2 bare wires on the outside there. Now, we don't want to take any more wires from the side here, because we want the 4 to come around the front. I want to look nice, and you could do 3. Don't get me wrong. You could take a wire from here if you wanted to, but I just want to step the game up, make it a little bit more complicated for you guys, and add some wire in. So I've already cut it as well. I've got a bit of 0.8, like this, 16 centimeters, and I've marked the center. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm just going to bend round and put a bit of a bend in it. Enough to go around the neck. There. That's what you're looking to do. Not much. Oh, not put the... My mark was way off. Look at that. That's terrible. Oh, well, doesn't matter. And when we attach that, that's just going to go down there. That's a bit of the 0.8, like so. It's going to come... Oh, where's it gone? Come here. And it's just going to sit either side of the neck there. You're not going to see it. Oh, focus, focus, focus. There we go. It's going to sit either side of the neck there, come out the back, and we're going to join it in. And I'll show you how to do that in the weave in a minute. All right, put that to one side, like so. And let me get the sketchbook out and let me show you the actual pattern to the weave. Well, there's the figure of 8 weave already shown you. We're now going to do something very similar to that, but we're going to strap some wire to the outside and some wire down through the middle. So again, let me just draw. Those are the 2 main base wires that we're going to bring over the top of the bail. And after we start the weave, very quickly, we're going to want to join a wire in at the top, the 1mm wire. So how do we do that? So we're going to start the weave off a certain direction. And we're going to come round the wire this direction. Now the reason being is that we want to come up over the top of this wire here and down the other side. Now if we were wrapping the other way, we can't do that. We would have to come over to the other side and change direction and go back over the top, which is part of the weave. So that's how you would start it. You can do your usual weave, round once, round twice, and then you'd come up over this, down the other side, down here, and round this way. And as you noticed, you are now wrapping the wrong way. So to finish this weave off, you would then wrap round once, wrap round twice, come around the second time and come straight across to the other side, like so. And which puts you back in the right direction to come back over the top of the other one. So let me just draw that for you. Round once, round twice, over the top, down the other side, round once, round twice, cut straight across, round once, round twice, over the top, round once, cut straight across. But also, we're going to want to join some wire to the outside as well, just to make it more complicated. Now, when you do that, it's up to you. I'll show you in a minute when we make a pattern up as we go along. But it's exactly the same method. So when you decide to join the wire on the outside, you just come out, round once, maybe wrap around twice, or 3 times. It's up to you. I'm going to wrap around twice. Come around the second time and back in again. So you're just doing the figure of 8. That's all it is. The same here. You go around this side, around once, around twice, and you'll cut back in. So that's all you're doing to the outside wires. And then you've got the inside wires. It all feels a bit complicated. And don't get me wrong, it will, you know, if you've never done this, it's going to take you a couple of goes to get it right. And once you get it, once the pattern sinks in, it's great. And it's, yeah, you'll get that really easily. Right then, let's get it started. Right, for the second part of the bell, we're going to take the first back wire. We're just going to lay it across, like so. Yep. Then we're going to take our flat nose pliers and around about the middle, bit of judgment here. You're going to want to turn it up. And you're leaving, there we go. Leave room for wire to come down the outside. There you go, like that. Do the same again the other side. Keep this even. Excellent. Those will pull together as a start weave. That's what you're aiming to do. Leaving enough room for the 1mm wire to go down between the 2 of them. And you're leaving enough room on the outside because that's this wire is going to go to the outside there. So first things first, I recommend is get the weave started. Like I said, I'm going to weave again with the 0.3, nice and fine. Start your wraps up the top here. That's a good tip. But again, put 2 or 3 in just to get started. Take that time and to actually make it neat and tidy at the top there. Then slide it down into position. And then start your weave off. Now remember, you want to pull these in, but you don't want to put them too tight. There we go. See that? Where's the focus? Hey, cameraman, sort it out. There we go. Not that far in. And obviously you want to make sure you're in the middle of the bail as well, of the first weave. So there we go, round once, round twice. Time to get the tweezers out. Get in there. Tidy up your wraps. And cross over to the other side. Round once. Round twice. And then back over to the other side. Now I've got an even amount of weaves. I've cut across twice. That's all. I'm going to stop there. Tweezers in, make sure it's nice and neat and tidy. There we go. There we go. If you look down it, you can see the weave, the figure of 8. Excellent. Right, let's bring the 1mm wire in. So grab a bit of masking tape. We don't want much, just a little bit. And then we're going to place the 1mm wire, just pop it through the center, like so. And with the end, just down by the base of the pendant. And then get your masking tape and just tape it in place. It just helps hold it in place. That's all it's doing. Now, as you can see, it's now sticking through the weave like that. So get your thumb in there and just bend it back. Like so. There you go. You can see what I'm doing there. Don't worry. You don't want to kink there. You just want a nice light bend. And actually just put that, make sure it sprays out a little bit like that. Because we're going to try and, when we start weaving it, we kind of want it to protrude a little bit. So there we go. See that? Right, let's start the weave. And as you can see, I'm going the right direction to go over the top of it. So let's go over the top of it. There we go. See that? Over the top, down the other side. So go around once. Come around the second time. And then I'm going to cut straight across. See if I can see it. I don't think you can see that down there. But basically, I've cut straight across like that. Brings me over to the other side. And now I'm ready to come back over the top of my 1mm wire again. I'm going to stop and get my pliers in there. Pliers, my tweezers. Sorry, there we go. There's the focus. Sorry about that. Get there. And I'm going to come back over the top again. Can you see that? Can we get down there? There we go. That's a bit better. Again, get my tweezers in. I'll tuck it down. And then do the weave round once. Round twice. Cut straight across. Round once. Round twice. And I'm going to go back over the wire again, that 1mm wire. Just going to get my pliers in there. It's dropping in behind. I want to just bring it in. Just, there we go. That's a bit better. And then I'm going to stop the other side. And we're going to bring the 8mm wire in. But it's going to get a little tricky. There we go. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to get rid of this now, while I can, before we bring other wires in. It's going to make life really easy. Tidy my ends up now. Grabbing your other piece of 8mm wire, your 16 centimeters or so, 14, 16. Bring it around. Oh, there we go. Bring it around the neck at the top there. And don't worry, once we finish this, all the spirals at the front is going to cover this up. No one's going to see this. And then you want to hold these down so they come either side. I'm going to spray them at the top a little bit so they come out. So that you can see it's gone either side. Now we're going to need to join them in. So I'm just going to carry on now with the weave. Now I'm not going to stop joining the 1mm wire in, and I'm going to carry on weaving between those two. Join the outside wires in. Sorry, come back in focus there again. Sort it out, Jim. There we go. So I'm going to stop joining the 1mm wire in. I'm going to weave between the two base wires and then bind this outside wire in 3 times. Then I'm going to come back in and bind the middle wire in 3 times. Then I bind the outside wire in 3 times. You can see the pattern I'm going to go with here. That's what I'm going to do. So there we go. I'm just going to tie that weave up there. Get in there. I'm going to cross over the other side and start joining in. Now this is where it's all going to get a little bit crazy until it gets going, because there's wires everywhere. Now my best bet is, see what I'm doing here at the top? Leaving plenty of space to come down. That's the 1mm wire. I can see I'll get that one up there like that. These outside wires to the edge there. I know I'm coming down there, and those are my 2 main core wires. There. Right then, crossed over, come around once. I'm going to go to the outside. Going to wrap around twice. Oh yeah, something's wrong on the inside there. Wait a minute, let me come back up. Something's happened. I can see an issue. You've got to be careful with this, with the fine silver when you unwrap it, that it might snap. So you have to be careful. I don't want to snap anything. Right. Back into it. There we go, we're all good. Round once. Come to the outside. And I'm going to wrap around the outside wire twice. See that? just the figure of 8 weave to the outside, back in again. I'm being careful not to pull too tight here, but pull tight enough to get everything right, because this is when fine silver likes to break, especially, like I said, when you've unwrapped it. So I'm back into the weave, back over to the other side, round once, come to the outside wire. I'm going to wrap around that twice. All right, there's the focus. Hey, I can see a mistake there. Quickly before we go any further. There we go. I see my issue. There we go. Making mistakes myself. Again, once you get this going, it becomes a lot easier to do. Take your time. Use your tweezers. Right, outside round once, round twice. Back into the weave. In fact, I'm going to put a weave in. I'm going to leave a gap, one weave, and then join them back in again. There we go. You can see I've gone now twice around the outside of that. The further you go, the easier it gets. It really does. Round once, come around a second time, and then to the outside. Back into the weave. Stop and tidy up. Once I can get behind the weave, it becomes a lot easier to do. See, look, I can get behind it now. Into the outside for the third time. Now I'm ready to come back over the 1mm wire. There we go. Let me just stop that for a second and show you the pattern. There we go. If we can see down it, let's have a look down it. See if we can get a good... Just about see what's going on down there. As you can see, I'm ready to come back over the 1mm wire. Where's the focus? Better. Right, let's come over the 1mm wire. Again, looking down it. Right, over the 1mm wire, and I'm going to strap that in 3 times. See if we can see that down there. Getting a bit tricky to see. There we go, that's a bit better. There you go. Over the top of the 1mm wire, down the other side. Right. I'm now going to go into hyperactive mode and get this done. Once this gets going, you can see the back. It gets a lot easier to see the pattern and how it's going. So at the moment, I'm joining in the outside. So you can see down the wire here. I've come to the outside and I'm going to wrap round twice, once, twice, come back in, crossing over to the other side. There you go. You can see the weave there. See that? Come back out to the other side, and I'm going to put round once, come round the second time, then to the outside, round once, round twice, back into the weave and cross over. And there's also, when you get to the back of it, it's a lot easier to tidy up as well in this situation. It really is. Again, Just going to add one more weave in. Once, twice over that side. There we go. Oh, where's the focus? There it is. You can see down. I'm ready to come around the outside again. Outside wire twice. Once. Twice. And then back into the weave. Over to the other side, round once, and twice, come to the outside, and then back into the weave. Oh, so daisy, not quite. Undid itself. So there you go. You can see. Oh no, let's ignore that. There you go. You can see down. It's just a figure 8 weave and coming back out. So I'm ready now. I'm just going to cross over to the other side, and I'm going to be ready to join in the 1mm wire again. And again, like I said, a lot easier to see. So I'm coming round over the top of the 1mm wire. See that? There it is. That's a lot better. That's a lot better picture. You can see from the back here. Over the top, down the other side. Round once, come around the second time, just tidy up, and then cut straight across. There we go. There we go, cutting straight across. I thought I had it there. There's the focus. You can see cut straight across on that. I back round to the other side, and then I'm ready to come back over the top again. There we go. It's about to see down there. Excellent. Right, back into hyperactive mode. Let's get this finished. As you get in further down the weave, just start gently bending it over the bow, like so. And then keep going. And then obviously stop when you get down to about there. So you have to use a little bit of judgment here. Just start gently bending it over the bow. And that's what you're aiming for it to sit just inside the original weaved part. Right, crack on. There we go. I'm going to stop there now. You can see I've weaved down enough to get right to the end there. But also in the pattern as well, I've made sure I've joined the outside wires and the center wire right at the end of the weave. Even if I didn't go out of my pattern, I made sure of that. So I'm just going to bend this around. So before actually, to be honest, bend it around. This is a time to trim off this so I can get there. Nearly forgot to do it. On the back. There we go. And I'm going to bend this down so it comes to the front. Like so. Now we're going to join it the same way. So I'm not going to use these outside wires here. I want to keep them. I want to take these longer ones. I'm going to use those. So I'm going to bring them underneath the arms again and out to the back. And then pushing that down like so. Take the shape of the bow. You can see, looking to take the shape of the bow down there. Otherwise you end up getting a bit of a flat bit down there at the front. Don't worry about these there. So again, taking these wires that come underneath the arms, and we're going to do exactly the same as we did before. Bring them over the front, one at a time, nice and tight, using our pliers to pull in tight. See, I'm pulling really quite tight there. Bring it around to the front, like so. Look down there. Then bring them around to the back. Don't bother crimping them just then, because you're not going to be able to. Like so, and then squeeze and roll. Same again the other side. There you can see down it. And we're going to do the squeeze and roll. And spend that extra few seconds just tidying up. Excellent. Not looking too bad. Right, time to take that bit of masking tape off. Get that out of the way. And now what we want to do is these wires here, we want to bring round, we want to sweep them round to the front, but making sure we kind of touch in the middle here. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. Now, if you're careful, you could do all four at the same time. That's where you use your flat nose as well. Keep them together. Start with a wider bend. Ooh. Starting to go. So you know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to bring one in now. And we're going to follow that one round. Let's go the old way. Make it easy for you guys. Now just go steady. Take your time. There we go. Probably tighten that up just a fraction. Use my chain nose. Slowly, slowly here. Gentle. Small moves is the trick. Till you get it tight. And you're looking to create a circle. You're able to see the circle there. That's what you're aiming for. Nice circle. So be careful you don't kink it up here. Very easily be kinked there. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. That's looking good. That's looking good. Now, with the others, slowly follow that around. Sometimes you might need to get your pliers in there. Help hold them together. And once you get the two together, you can tighten them up. See that? I'll go back and focus. Oh, there was the focus, Jim. Come on, sort it out. There we go. And the next one, follow that round. Slowly. Now this is where it will try and want to tuck in underneath if you're not careful. That's why I recommend sometimes get your chain nose in there. Just pinch them with your chain nose and then start bending round. See? Stops it from tucking underneath. Same here. Just re-grip it around about here. Once you get it a lot closer, use your flat nose will help as well. And then bend it around so they meet. Again, you can just sit there, tighten it up. And it's just little movements. That's all I'm doing, little movements. There we go, you can see that. Then bring the next one around. So again, I wanted to tuck underneath straight away. So we're gonna get our pliers in there, hold that. So then when you got them all together, it's easy to tighten them up. Like I say, just small movements, little tweaks go a long way here. Stop it from going underneath. The outside one for me. And once you're happy with that side, do the same the other side and see if you can't get the symmetry right. So remember, just start with the 4 of them to start the bend. Just gently start them coming that direction and then go over to the 1. Yeah, pretty happy with that. It's not too bad. Not too bad. That one's popped under just a little bit that side, but once I get them fixed into place, that'll be a little bit easier to fix. So what we want to do now is we need to bind these 2 sides together with just a few weaves. Just back and forwards, and it will just help hold it all into place. So grab your weaving wire. Now I recommend we start up here. Just put your first weaving, because as you can see, it's bunched up. It's done the bunching up thing. Get your flat nose. Obviously give them a crimp. Now slide it down into position. See there? And then I'm going to cut across and do the weave the other side. Round once, round twice. I'm going to stop and crimp. Now I can still get behind these. I haven't pushed them fully back up against the belt yet, so I can still get my flat nose behind them. Gentle crimp. I won't crimp too hard because I'm still using the 0.3 and that can break quite easily. Round once, round twice. There you go, you can see the weave there. Round once, round twice. Well, that's looking good. Now I could stop there. You know what, I'm going to add the extra. I'm going to add the extra 1 inch just to be safe. Round once, round twice, round once, round twice. Now time to trim off. So as you can see, I'm just going to trim off into the, down in there. It's around the back. It's not going to come undone. And the same again. Oh, there you go, with your end here. I'm going to get in the back there. Excellent. Looking good. And maybe still get in there. Just gently. Bit of a crimp. Now you can just get your finger and thumb and just slightly flatten it against the bail. Excellent, that's not been too bad. Now I'm just going to go sit and just adjust these gently. There we go, that stopped it from cutting underneath. See, it was cutting underneath there. It's now brought it back around to the front again. Sorry, there's the focus. Right, brilliant. So what are we doing next? So we want to now do some spirals. And we want to, first spiral we're going to bring down is this outside wire here. And we're going to bring that down into that hole there. We're going to turn that into a spiral. So what do we need to do? Is we need to find out what size spiral, or how much wire we're going to need to make a spiral to fill that hole. And there's a really easy way of doing this. So grab yourself a spare bit of copper, 0.8 mil. Get your ruler and that spare piece of 0.8 mil out of the box. That's all you need out of the spare box. Now, you need about 5 to 10 centimeters really. You don't need a huge amount. Now, what I want you to do is mark down every 5 mil until you've gone 5 centimeters, which is 50 mil. Now taking your wire, make your spiral. Now, I stylize my spirals. I've got a set spiral I like to use. It's a bit of a loose spiral. I've shown you in other projects, but if you're here for the first time, you're going to see it. So some people like to do a tight spiral. I like to do a loose spiral. So I bend the end over, tighten it up, and then I start coming around, but I like to leave a bit of a gap, like so, and then bring the wire back in on itself, like so. The reason being is I like to create, you get a bit of a teardrop shape here. That's what I like. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to stop there, about there, and I'm going to go get my pendant. And I'm going to lay my dummy spiral over the hole and see if it's big enough. So obviously that's where the spiral ends. So that's where you're taking your measurement from. That's pretty good. So then all you do is count the dots. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2 centimeters. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 2.5. 25 mil to fill that hole there. So now I know to cut that wire from the weave there. 25 mil. For that, I'm going to add an extra mil on, because if I hold it there, I feel an extra mil or two will just get it into that hole a little bit better. So measuring from the weave. Oh. Measuring from the weave down 25 mil. I'm going to add the extra 2 on, so I'm going to go 27. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Going to trim my wires, making sure I flush cut. Now I'm going to spiral them down. Like a glove. Perfect. Do the same on the other side. pretty pleased it's come out all right. Right, time to do the rest of the spirals. So for these now, where's the focus? There it is. Sorry. Knowing that spiral is 27 mils, I'm going to come these down in different sizes. So I'm going to cut this one here, this outside one, to 20 mil. I'm going to cut that one to 1.5, 15 mil. And I'm going to cut that one to 10 mil. Again, I'm going to measure from the end of the wrap. There we go. Now, time to make the spirals, and now I'm just going to roll them the same direction as each side of these. So I'll roll these down to this way, these two that is. And then the final two we're going to roll in towards each other. When you get to these last two here, you're going to roll them onto the inside. Now, what you're going to want to do, let me just tighten that one up. Bring them to the outside a bit like this. And then you're going to want to anchor the wire down here, because as you come on the inside here, as you pull these to the inside, you're going to put some tension on the wire down here, and it's going to come down here, and it's going to want to undo around here. So you want to anchor that wire nice and tight with your thumb there. Bring these right out to the side and then roll them into the center. Not bad, a little bit out, just a little bit, a little more tweaking. That's better. It's roughly the same height. There we go, it's a lot better now. Now, we need to finish these off here. So these two outside wires here, just trim them down to, well, what we got? About 2 centimeters will do. Making sure they're both flush cut. You can do these by eye if you wish to. And then we want to roll them to the outside up, so they come up to there and just sit on top. There you go, see that? Just like that. Do the same again the other side. You could have trimmed these wires off if you wanted to. You don't have to have these spirals. You could have taken them off earlier on if you feel there's too many spirals there. Now, do the same again with this one. Now you want to keep this one quite long. I reckon about 3 centimeters, because you're looking to spiral this one up, and because it's 1 mil, you want it nice and big, and it's going to sit right in the middle of everything there. So make sure the end is flush cut. In fact, I'll quick measure. Yeah, I'm going to keep that as it is. Just going to take a mil or two off the end, that's all. There we go, rolling it on up so it sits nice and center over that weave, hides that weave together. There we go. Spirals, spirals, spirals. Excellent. Let's go over to the back here. So at the back here, you've got 2 choices you can do here. Now, what I normally do is I'll run my finger down. Is it rough? That's all right. It's pretty good. So I'm going to trim these off. Don't want to use them. You can use them if you want to, but you don't have to. Let's get rid of them. Making sure we're flush cut. Run my fingers over, can't feel anything. Excellent. And then again, I'm going to roll this one up here just to finish it off, keeping it roughly the same length as the pendant. There we go. All done. Completed. Ready for patinaing and some polishing. Not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty pleased with that. That's come out right. A little bit wider at the top there. I wish it tapered in a little bit more. These are fine details. Excellent. Awesome. Nice one. There you go, everybody. A bed of roses. You know what? I'd have loved to have got and used Bon Jovi's A Bed of Roses in the background, but I wouldn't get the copyright for that. And you know they'd take the video down straight away. But there we go. There's my bed of roses finish. Really cool. Glad to put that one to bed, actually. Been doing that for quite some time. This, for me, is kind of putting it to bed, giving it to you guys, and now it's out there for you to do as well. So, yeah, just a reminder, please like, subscribe if you're really enjoying this, and maybe come on over to Patreon, show me some support there, and buy me a cup of coffee. All links are in the description down below. Nice one. Right then, next time, part 3 coming up. So we've got another part coming up. We're going to be following similar pathways. It's going to be very similar to this one, but we're just going to slightly change it here. We're going to go that way, and we're going to go that way, and we're just going to do that instead, and bring some twisted wire out again. But we're going to stick to the same weave patterns. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of familiarity if you've just done this one, but it's going to give you that option as well to mix and match between the two as well. But remember, go back through my other pendant tutorials as well, because the idea is they all work on the same level. They all follow roughly the same pathway. It means you can mix and match between all of them. Nice one, people. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time back at the bench with part 3. Take care of yourselves. See you then. Bye-bye. As usual, I have massive thanks to everybody over at Patreon who helps out with this channel. But I do have very, very special thanks to Yasmin Khan, Wendy Cheverton, Vivian Hussey, Loretta Morgan, Sandra Lane, Ruby, Roxanne Coyne, Nutty Beeder, Nicola Kim, Naomi Smith, Kyle Fry, Joyce, Jill, Jennifer Smith, Jamie Cresdy, Jennifer Harworth, Jennifer Roosh, Elizabeth Polk, Deborah Ensor, Amanda Ryan, Jenny N, Norm Fox, Janine Piper, Sue Corrie, Kyla, and to our newest member, Rick Reed. All your help goes a very long way in making this channel happen. I thank you very much.